ITV.
Time now for the ITV News.
Good morning, I'm Mark McQuillan. The race to become the next Conservative leader and Prime Minister is gathering pace. Former Equalities Minister Kemi Badenoch is the latest to confirm she will stand, bringing the total number of candidates so far to 4. More Tory MPs are expected to join the contest over the coming days after Boris Johnson announced his resignation on Thursday. Callum Watkinson reports.
The learning I'm doing.
Former Equalities Minister Kemi Badenoch has become the latest Conservative leadership hopeful, taking the number of confirmed contenders to 4. She has set out her stall in the Times newspaper with a plan for a smaller state and a government, she says, focused on the essentials. "I want to set us free by telling people the truth," she said. "What's missing is an intellectual grasp of what is required to run the country in an era of increased polarisation, protectionism and populism amplified by social media." She joins Suella Braverman, Tom Tugendhat and Rishi Sunak in the race.
Do we confront this moment with...
And speaking of social media, the former Chancellor's well-produced campaign video has led to speculation he may have been planning it for some time. He's currently seen as the favourite, despite a lockdown fine of his own and questions about his wife's tax affairs.
He served as Chancellor of the Exchequer through the country, one of the country's most difficult periods in the last 100 years, and he managed the economy throughout that time. I think we do ourselves a disservice focusing on Rishi's wife.
On Monday, the 1922 committee will meet to decide an exact timetable for the election. Tory MPs will vote in rounds for their preferred candidates, with last place being knocked out until there's only 2 left. Conservative Party members will then elect their leader and the country's from the final 2.
Will you be standing for the leadership?
But with many of the bookies' favourites, such as Jeremy Hunt, still to declare, this race is still wide open. Callum Watkinson, ITV News.
Elon Musk has said he's abandoning his $44 billion bid to buy Twitter because he says the company didn't provide enough information about the number of fake accounts. The social media platform has hit back, saying it would sue the multi-billionaire and Tesla boss. The chair of Twitter's board tweeted that it is committed to closing the transaction on the price and terms agreed, which could pave the way for a potentially huge legal battle ahead against the world's richest man. The body of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has been returned to his home in Tokyo. Members of his ruling party lined the streets outside to pay respects to the country's longest-serving leader, who was assassinated yesterday at a campaign event. A 41-year-old man who's been arrested has admitted to shooting him with a homemade gun. There's been dismay from the international community at gun violence in one of the world's safest countries.
This attack has had a profound impact on the psyche of the Japanese people. This is a different culture they're not used to, as unfortunately we are. Here in the United States, we know how deep the wounds of gun violence go from communities that are affected. And this assassination is a tragedy that all the people of Japan are feeling.
A heat health alert has been issued for much of the country next week, with a heat wave expected to bring temperatures above 30 degrees Celsius. The Health Security Agency says the east of England, southeast and London could reach as high as 33. It's warning people to check on their vulnerable family and neighbours, especially the elderly, to make sure they're prepared. So a hot day ahead at Wimbledon, where history will be made in the women's singles final later. Ons Jabeur is aiming to become the first African and Arab player to win a Grand Slam title, while her opponent, Elena Rybakina, would be the first from Kazakhstan to lift a major singles trophy. The men's final between Novak Djokovic and Nick Kyrgios takes place tomorrow. That's all for now. I'll be back with the lunchtime news at 1:10 past. Until then, enjoy your morning. Goodbye.